You guys, the job market is so bad that the recruiters are asking the behavioral questions now. No, they're not the only ones asking the behavioral questions, but they're starting the interview process with behavioral questions. I just want you to think about that.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
If you guys want to know how the job market is doing, right now I'm begging for a job that starts at 12 a.m. and ends at 8 a.m. Straight up graveyard shift, and I'm begging, I'm pleading, I'm like, please! And they're like, no, sorry, we have other applicants in front of you. Who else wants to do something like that? I'm desperate, but actually, yeah, I guess there are other people who are desperate.
I'm pissed off. Am I the only one that feels like the job market is horrible? Like, I have applied at 47 jobs, and I think I've gotten like maybe less than like 4 interviews. Like, for real, be for real. Like, is the whole country not hiring? Why do you guys state that you guys are hiring, but then never reach out? And honestly, I would respect it more if they tell me like, hey, we went with somebody else, da 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 da, rather than not reaching out at all. That is so unprofessional to me. Like, for real, like, I cannot stand companies that are like that. I'm so stressed out. I've been trying to look for a permanent job for the last since May, and nothing at all. My last job, the owners of that job took back their property, therefore I was left with nothing. They did not want to hire us, they did not want to keep us on, and now I'm at a temporary job, attempt to hire, and they're not even gonna hire me because they're selling the property too. So I need to talk to somebody, because why is the damn country not hiring? Or when they state that they're hiring, they don't reach out. Why even post the fucking opening if you guys are not going to reach out?
Hi, I'm back. I'm Olivia. I'm a corporate recruiter looking for a corporate recruiting job. I've been looking on and off for the last 2 years for a corporate recruiting job or something similar. I've had weird jobs on and off over the last 2 years. I recently moved, so I've been a little MIA, but now I'm finally settled, and I'm going to share current market updates, job market updates that I have seen, and my recent experiences within the job market journey, I guess. Kind reminder, these are my opinions, and this is what I've experienced, and this is what I have seen. So take it with a grain of salt, and yeah. And I've had a couple of weird interviews since moving into my new lovely place. And I don't know what's going on with them. Hopefully they pull through, but you never know in this market. It's really spooky right now, and I'm just taking any opportunity I can get. The market isn't turning anytime soon. I was really hopeful, but seeing these two massive companies do major layoffs recently really kind of spooked me. One of them was Glassdoor. I was up for a job at Glassdoor for their go-to-market team, recruiting team, and it was between me and the referral. The referral got it. It's fine. That person lost their job recently, and the 2 managers I was supposed to maybe potentially, if I got the job, report into were laid off last week. And which came to a shock, because when I was interviewing with them, once you've been laid off because of the market, I tend to ask how do you handle layoffs, XYZ? I was really digging to be like, okay, great, this is wonderful. Those managers and that team, they've had their jobs anywhere from 5 to 10 years. And they were very adamant, we don't lay people off. We find other groups they can go into, but they were all laid off. That whole team is gone. Maybe the lead manager is still there, but everyone is basically gone. And that was really spooky, because they are such a reputable company, and they don't lay people off. They just don't. Unless they have to, which they didn't. I don't even think they laid people off their team during COVID. It's just, that to me made my stomach turn when I saw all of that. And additionally, Indeed just did a massive layoff as well. And that doesn't sit well with me as a recruiter and as a candidate. I know Indeed isn't sometimes the best sourcing tool for recruiters. It depends on the job that you're looking for. But seeing Indeed and Glassdoor lay off a lot of recruiters and just other people in general doesn't sit very well with me. And of course, Microsoft laid off a lot of people as well, which I'm not surprised about. But I'm very, very surprised about Glassdoor. On the more positive-ish side, I'm up for a couple weird jobs. Hopefully they pull through. Who knows? Companies aren't loyal to their employees anymore, and that's so sad. Some companies are. I shouldn't say all, but some. And it's just unsettling, and you just don't know what's going to happen. I've seen people get a job offer and then it gets rescinded like a few days before they start. That's really spooky, and all these things. So I'm not excited yet until you don't know what's going to happen. During one of my interviews with the senior recruiting manager, she was asking me, where do you see the future of TA, talent acquisition, going? And I'm like, I don't know. I've been asked this question so many times, and truthfully, everyone, I don't know where TA is going. I don't know where corporate America is going. She recently told me that candidates are now copying and pasting the job description into their resume in the tiniest of white font to get their resume past the ATS and past AI. I haven't done that. I'm very hesitant to do that, but maybe that will work for you. Who knows? If you do it and try it, let me know, and let me know the results, because I'm very curious. I don't bother applying for jobs really, especially on LinkedIn and Indeed. LinkedIn, I don't know what's a real job and what's a fake job and who's real and who's not real. I just promote myself mainly on LinkedIn every day, stating what I'm looking for, even saying like, these are my transferable skills that could be transferred into these other types of jobs. And I really think to get a job, you have to know someone at a company to get you in and to be a referral. That's how you get that's how I've gone to interviews, and that's how I have seen other people getting interviews. And promoting yourself on LinkedIn, that's what I do every day. The algorithm on LinkedIn, it doesn't like hashtags anymore. I mean, I would say 2 to 4 hashtags is fine, but anything more than like 4, the algorithm shuts down. Now LinkedIn really likes people that the algorithm, and your post gets seen more with the more engagement that happens on your post and the more likes and comments, engagement and stuff. So try to do less hashtags and just comment on your posts. It's really weird to just comment, like being like, oh, da 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 da. But trust me, it helps. And if you see other people's posts on LinkedIn, comment and say, commenting for my network, commenting for better reach, and like the post or like support the post. That goes a long way. Don't reshare or repost it. That doesn't help with the algorithm for that person. Commenting and liking. Do it both. Comment and like, or comment and support. So the whole thing with this job market, it's so tough. It's so difficult. Lean on people that support you. And it's just hard. I don't know what else I can tell you. Just hopefully things turn. I don't see it turning anytime soon, especially with Glassdoor and Indeed laying off all those people. Super spooky times, man. But hang in there. There's nothing we can do but to keep trying and try something new maybe. I'll see you soon. Bye.
If you guys are looking for a job and you have not had much luck with your job prospects and things like that, I would say apply for a security job in an office. That is one of the most chill, laid-back jobs that you can ever have. It is usually not as stressful. Yes, you do have to do your job and you have to do it very well, but you don't have like all of these issues with other people. You don't really have to deal with a lot of coworkers like that. You can actually just do your job alone and then go home after that. You don't really have to be dealing with a lot of stuff. And overall, guys, security jobs are pretty easy to get overall. So if you guys are really desperate for a job, I highly recommend office security.
I'm not gonna post this unless I get the job, but I just finished my interview. and it was roughly about 20 minutes. And she's gonna send me over to the supervisor over her, and I have a second interview, and I just really want to get this. I just really want to get this. And I'm gonna continue to put in applications, and hopefully I can get something I can also do during the days, and I just want it to work out.
I told myself I would post it if I got the job because I know that I have some of my followers that are going through similar situations, and I know that people are really struggling out here, and I did get the job and I'm so grateful. And if nothing else, I just want to tell you not to give up, because temporary situations do change. And yeah, love you guys.
If you're currently looking for a job in this terrible job market, please listen to what I say. I was working at Lowe's for 6 months looking for a job in my field until I finally landed one. I was doing interviews left and right. I was putting in applications every single day. I was looking up jobs every day, all day, every day, putting in applications all day, every day, even on my lunch break. Get you a little in-between job till you find your dream job, y'all. It's not the end of the world. Just be patient, pray, believe in yourself. It's going to take time. Make sure you practice your interview skills. Make sure that you do your research on the job you want to get into. And make sure you just basically look up interview questions for that type of job and what's the interview questions they might ask you. And make sure you know all the skills needed for the job, everything you need to know for this job you're trying to get into. And you will be able to do it. Just be patient. Just believe in yourself.
How the fuck did I fumble an interview that was about 5 minutes and they barely asked me anything? All they asked me was my work experience and my availability, which is open, by the way. And she just like barely said anything and was like, yeah, we'll just make a decision like sometime today, and if you don't hear from us by next week, you don't get it. They barely asked me anything. They barely gave me a chance. Mind you, it was over the phone, so they can't even see what I look like. And I sounded super peppy cheery, so I'm like, I'm so tired. What the fuck do I gotta do to get a job? Like, actually. Like, this is blowing me. Like, I literally answered 2 questions, and I gave them 2 questions back. And that was it. Like, what was wrong with what I said? I'm so confused. I literally have all the experience that they need. So what is the problem? Oh my god.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Okay, so everybody knows the job market is trash right now. And so this girl made a post and she was like crying. And I am a Cancer. Like, I just be feeling bad for people and I want to help my people. And so I know that my company is expanding and, you know, it's just getting bigger. So I was like, okay, she had posted where she was from. And I was like, okay, I'm going to just DM her. And then I'm going to get up and do my research to see if we have any locations near her. Not locations, but like posts near her, and then I was gonna send her over our company site and tell her to apply. I personally was not gonna be like a word for her, like give her my, you know, but I was like, you know, it's a good company. It's easy work for decent pay. And so I'm like looking through her like replies on her comments, and she makes another video reply, and she's like, I'm a serial quitter. I don't keep a job for no longer than about 2 months. Oh my god. I got off her page because like I felt bad, but when I saw that I was like, oh wait, no. Like you want to feel bad for people, but baby, I think the problem is you. Oh, is that bad to say?
Y'all, the job market is just not what it used to be no more. Like, y'all remember 5-6 years ago when you could apply on Indeed and get an interview the next day? Like, bro, I don't know these. See, I'm flustered. I'm frustrated. These jobs nowadays put the application on there and they want you to beg and plead. Like, get on your knees. Like, you're quite literally hiring. You're looking for the help, but you don't want it. And like, you call, you pop up. You call again, and they still giving you the runaround. Like, why is it so hard to get just the interview? Like, I ain't even telling you to hire me on spot. Why? Can I get interviewed? And then It be it be the job acting fake bougie like they not hiring no more. You just posted that you was hiring, like you couldn't have found your help that fast. Yeah, I'm just so I'm upset because like why is it so hard to find a job these days? And let's not talk about these wages. Like it's 2025. I'm over it. Who job hiring? Let me know now. I can start within an hour. All you gotta do is just let me know. Just let me know.
The job market has gotten so bad that even the dead-end retail and warehouse jobs have become very competitive. Can you imagine that? We have never seen the job market this bad in many years. And now that people actually need jobs, they have to go and compete for the low-hanging fruit, basically. That's crazy to me, man. It has never gotten this bad. But yes, you have to compete for jobs at McDonald's now, at Walmart. You have to compete with 5 or 6 other people just for a customer service or retail or warehouse job.
It feels so embarrassing to admit, but I work for $17 an hour part-time in the customer service with a bachelor's degree. But I feel very grateful to have that because people can't get hired anywhere. Holy shit. And I'm trying to find a new job, and I got contacted about getting like a phone interview, and then we scheduled it, and I never got the call. And I emailed them back, I reached out, and I never got an email back. So that's how that's going. Do we all feel like we're cooked? Because that's what it's feeling like.
And I really just don't understand, if I'm applying to a job that's not 6 figures, or at least me making $40,000, $50,000 a year, why the fuck am I having 3 rounds of interview for a $20 an hour job? What more could you ask me? I'm tired of repeating the same thing over and over again. I'm running out of thoughts. ChatGPT don't know what to say. I don't know what other questions to ask ChatGPT. It don't even make no sense.
Okay, can someone explain to me this weird growing trend with corporate America and business in general? So, long story short is I got, did a little recruiter call, and when it went well, they went over a salary breakdown and everything, and frankly, it just turned me off, and I'm not speaking to them anymore because it was a job that required a bachelor's degree, which I have, a year, like 2 years of work experience. I got 1.5 years, so close enough, and all these other accolades, which I met pretty well, hence why they reached out. But the role would be based in New York City, Manhattan to be exact, and they put competitive pay in the description, and then they give it a breakdown, and they wanted to pay $30 an hour, and I'm like, in what facet of reality is that a living wage for New York City? And I was like, I'm really excited about you guys reaching out, but I cannot take this because that's not a survivable wage for me to be able to afford rent and food, 2 basic necessities to my human existence. And that's not the first time I've seen that. I feel like that's a trend everywhere with big organizations worth hundreds of billions of dollars, because I looked you up on Forbes, and you guys are providing unlivable salaries as well as requiring all these different aspects of experience and skill sets. And I just don't understand why this is a trend, and what am I supposed to do?
This job market is so fucking crazy. Like, we all the way in July, and the job market is still the same from January. And I might know why that's the case. I think this job shortage and this job, unavailability is manufactured. And I will tell you why. But y'all got to stay with me. Save this video right now. So when I look at my warehouse, or when you look around at all these jobs, what's the age demographic? You would think it would be nothing but young people, but no, it's people in their 40s and 50s working entry-level jobs. Not only is there a certain group of people that never took the opportunity to advance and make their life better, so they're sitting in positions that are supposed to be for me and you. There are other old people that will not give Gen Z, Gen Alpha, even some really, really young millennials any jobs. I've seen plenty of times they say that Gen Z is lazy, Gen Z does not want to work, and that they are the worst employees to hire. But I work 80 hours a week. I'm Gen Z. I'm 23. Those are the people that's pushing the narrative that we're lazy, that we don't want to work, are the people in the positions to hire us. And the positions that we're supposed to take, they're not being available because they're still being fulfilled. There are plenty of people that are on Social Security and still have to go to work after retirement. They want to make it to where everybody's dependent on a job. This job shortage shit is not a real shortage. They're making the availability just small so that you dependent on them. If you feel me, repost and let's talk in the comments.
What he is saying is actually partially correct and partially wrong. one of the reasons why there is a job shortage is because of AI, and a lot of firms have been laying off a lot of their employees. And so those employees now who are unemployed have to find jobs. They're getting the jobs that are supposed to be for new graduates. And so as they get our jobs, we have to get worse jobs. So it's pretty much like a domino effect. It starts here, and then this one hits this one, and then it goes down the line. And unfortunately, new college grads have been hit the worst, just because we have the least amount of experience, the least amount of schooling usually, and we get the low-hanging fruit. We get the worst of the worst jobs just because other people have more experience than us, and they just got fired.
Listen, man, a lot of people come on here and talk about how bad the job market is. But listen, man, let me tell you guys exactly how bad it is. This might be a little lengthy video, so go ahead and just get comfortable. So I'm at this interview. The guy tells me that this is going to be a 3-phase interview. Basically, the first 2 phases is going to be like the overview, explaining the position and stuff like that, you know, going over my resume. And if you make it to the 3rd interview, that means that you got the job. They're going to show you around the building, and they're going to go more in depth about the position. So obviously I made the first 2 interviews. They're telling me that they like everything about me. They like my resume. And they want me to be a part of the team, right? So in the 2nd interview, he asked me, he said, hey, we would like to have you come back for a 3rd interview. Can you make tomorrow at 10 a.m.? So I said, yes, of course. I come back for the 3rd interview. They're showing me around the building. Like, they're going more in depth about the position. They're going over everything. They're showing me my potential. That's where I'm going to be sitting at. Like, literally everything. Like, you would think that I had the job, right? I get home. So, you know, I'm excited. I'm like, yo, bet, like, I got a job. Like, you know, cause I told my Achilles and I've been out of work for like a good 2-3 months. So I'm excited, bro. Cause I finally got a job, right? An hour later, I get an email and said, hey, thank you for interviewing with us. Unfortunately, we went ahead with other candidates. So I'm confused because I'm just like, wait, I thought the dude said that if you make it to the 3rd interview, that means that I got the job, right? So I called the guy. I'm like, hey, I don't know if I got that email by mistake, but I got an email saying that you guys are going forward with other candidates. But I was just at the 3rd interview today, and you said if I make it to the 3rd interview, then I got the job. He said, oh yeah, I know that I said that, but honestly, you know, we're just kind of looking at the other people that we interviewed, and honestly, we found somebody else that just kind of fits our needs a little bit more. So I'm asking him, I'm like, okay, so what was the whole point of bringing me in today for the 3rd interview if you were still... Y'all don't listen, man. Y'all don't understand how frustrated I am. Because, bro, like, it is mad fucking hard to find a job. Like, the most simplest fucking job, bro. You feel me? Like, a nigga just wants some money so bad, my nigga, I'm applying to be a fucking janitor. You feel me? But I'm thinking I finally landed a good job. It was a good paying job, bro. A good paying job. I'm thinking I finally landed that shit. Just for y'all to pull that bullshit, bro. Like, I don't know what to say, dog.
You don't have enough experience. Why the fuck do you need experience for an entry-level job? That makes no fucking sense.
For the people that don't believe that the job market is absolute crap right now, oh, just call them, just email them, I'm going to read you something. Due to this position being in high demand, we do not ask that you call any of this company site to follow up on your application. Contacting us via phone prior to your interview may result in automatic rejection of your application. I'm going to leave you with that.
So I know the super young demographic is having a really hard time finding jobs right now, specifically if you're just graduating college, you have no work experience. It's really, really hard to find an entry-level job right now. But I have a hot tip. If you're like in college or early college or trying to pick your major or something, accounting is a field that is still have so many jobs available. So I'm going back to school right now for accounting. I'm 32 and my mind is blown away. It's just like night and day how different this very specific industry is for recruiting and like finding jobs, that they recruit over a year out. Like you can get an internship, summer internship, winter internship, like a job lined up for like after you graduate when you're like a sophomore in college. It's crazy, this industry and how like it's set up this way. And I'm worried because I need a job like now, and they're literally telling me like, oh, you can lock in an offer for next October, like fall 2026. That's when they're telling me my job could start, like, which is crazy. And I'm trying to figure out like, what do I do? And they're like, oh, just get a job in the meantime until your real job offer starts. I'm just blown a bit away by this industry. I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this, but accounting, if you are in college and want to lock in a job, maybe think about studying accounting.
Guys, if you're struggling to find a job in your field, you should highly consider other fields that pay well, but you may have to get extra schooling for that, because the job market will probably stay like this or even get worse in the next like 2 to 3 years, honestly. And if you can really spend that time to really learn and to train yourself and go back to school, then you should be able to have an easier time getting a job in a different field. Some fields, there will always be jobs. In other fields, unfortunately, there are very few jobs.
I just keep opening rejection letter after rejection letter after rejection letter after rejection letter after rejection. The internships don't want me. The entry level positions don't want me. Part-time positions don't want me. Full-time positions don't want. What is going on? What is going on? What am I supposed to do with my life, huh? Okay. What am I supposed to, content creation is not paying my bills fully yet. Okay, I need a job. I need one. And I'm starting to get scared.
I know I cannot be the only one struggling when it comes to finding a job. For a year straight, I have been looking for jobs, y'all. I'm talking about I done went to the warehouse. I done went as low as McDonald's, Taco Bell. Nobody would hire me. And all the companies that would think about hiring me, talking about, well, you don't have enough experience. You've been working for home for the last 5 years. Baby, when I tell you I walked into a security job today, I ain't never did security a day in my life. I walked into a security job today. I said, listen, every security company I go to, y'all talking about give me some experience. I ain't got no goddamn experience. How am I going to gain experience if you don't give me a chance? I walked in there and I told her, baby, I'm not leaving here without a job. She said, oh yeah, I like your confidence. Why did I walk out hired? I already got my schedule, did my drug test, got my onboarding paperwork. Yeah, not only that, but then I went somewhere else. Your girl got 2 jobs now. I've been struggling for a whole year trying to find a job, and now I got 2. I'm only gonna thank God, because when I tell you I was praying extra hard, I was praying extra hard. He told me to shut up. So yeah, if y'all looking for work and y'all still struggling, baby, your time is coming. Your time is coming, I'm telling you.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.